My name is Elena Brooks. I'm 28 years old, and on my wedding day, I found my parents standing against a wall, no seats, no table, while my husband's family laughed and toasted at the front like they owned the entire room. And in that moment, something inside me snapped. Because what I did next ended my marriage before it even began. Stay with me, because this gets worse. There were 180 guests at my wedding. Crystal glasses, white roses, a live string quartet, and my parents were standing next to a catering cart, holding paper napkins, like they didn't belong there. I remember gripping my bouquet so hard my fingers went numb. Because I knew this wasn't an accident. And when I found out the truth, I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I walked straight to the stage, took the microphone, and destroyed everything. But to understand why, you need to know where I came from. I wasn't raised in luxury. I grew up in a small 2-bedroom apartment above a mechanic shop. My dad, Carlos, worked 12-hour shifts fixing cars. Oil-stained hands. Back always hurting, but he never complained. My mom, Teresa, cleaned houses. She'd leave before sunrise and come back smelling like bleach and lemon soap, but she always had dinner ready. We didn't have much, but we had everything that mattered. Warm food, laughter at the table, and parents who would give up anything for me. When I got into college, my dad sold his tools to help pay my first semester. I didn't know that until years later. That's the kind of people they are. And I promised myself, one day, I'd give them the life they deserved. I thought marrying Daniel Whitmore was part of that plan. I was wrong. I met Daniel at a hospital fundraiser. I was a junior nurse. He was something else entirely. Tailored suit. Confident smile. The kind of man who looks like he's never been told no. He asked me out that same night. And at first, he was perfect. Flowers at work. Late night calls, surprise dinners. He made me feel seen. Like I mattered. But there were moments, small ones, that didn't sit right. The first time he met my parents, his smile felt forced. When my dad talked about his work, Daniel just nodded, politely. Too politely. Like he was pretending to listen. I should have noticed that. But I didn't. Because I was in love. And love makes you ignore the things that matter most. Then came the wedding planning. And that's when his mother, Margaret Whitmore, stepped in. She didn't help. She took over. Venue. Her choice guest list. Her people menu. Her standards. Every time my mom suggested something, anything, Margaret would smile and say, "That's charming. But not appropriate for this kind of event." I saw the way my mom's smile faded every time. And Daniel, he'd just say, "Let her handle it. It's easier this way." Easier. That word should have scared me. Because easier always meant one thing. My family didn't matter. I should have walked away right there. But I didn't. Because I thought it would get better after the wedding. I was wrong. The ceremony was beautiful. Perfect, even. But after it ended, something felt off. I couldn't find my parents. Not at the front tables. Not near the stage. Not anywhere they were supposed to be. So I started looking. And that's when I found them. Standing. Against the wall. Next to the catering station. My mom holding her purse like she didn't know where to go. My dad pretending to check his phone. They didn't even have chairs. No place cards. No table. Nothing. I felt my chest tighten. "Why are you standing?" I asked. My dad smiled. "It's okay, Mija. We didn't want to take someone else's seat." Someone else's seat. At their daughter's wedding. I looked around the room. Every front table, filled with Daniel's family. Laughing. Drinking. Comfortable. Like they belonged. And my parents didn't. That's when I knew. This wasn't a mistake. I went looking for Daniel. Fast. I found him near the bar, talking to his mother. And I wasn't trying to listen. But I heard it anyway. Margaret's voice. Cold. Controlled. They would have looked out of place at the front. Daniel sighed. "I know, Mom. It's fine. They're okay back there. Back there." Like they were nothing. Like they didn't matter. And in that moment, everything became clear. This wasn't just her. This was him. He agreed. He allowed it. He chose them over me. I didn't feel confused anymore. I felt calm. And that's when everything changed. I stood there for a few seconds. Just breathing. No tears. No panic. Just clarity. I thought about my dad selling his tools. My mom working double shifts. All the sacrifices. All the love. And how they were being treated, right now. At my wedding. I realized something in that moment. If I stayed quiet, this would be my life forever. My parents, always in the back. Always less than. And I couldn't live like that. So I made a decision. Right there. And I walked away. Not from the room. From the version of my life I thought I wanted. I walked straight to the stage. The band slowed down. People started noticing. Whispers spread across the room. I took the microphone. My hands steady. My voice, even. "Hi everyone," I said. "Thank you for coming." The room went quiet. "I just want to point something out." I turned. And pointed to the back. To the two people standing over there. Heads turned. All of them. My parents froze. Confused. "That's my mom and dad," I said. "The people who raised me. The people who paid for half of this wedding." Silence. Thick. Heavy. And today, they don't even have seats. You could hear a pin drop. I looked directly at Daniel. And when I asked why, I got my answer. He shifted. Uncomfortable. Good. Because they don't fit in. Gasps. A few people looked at Margaret. She didn't move. Just stared. Cold. "So let me make something clear," I said. "I will not marry into a family that's ashamed of where I come from." Daniel stepped forward. "Elena, stop." "No. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. You had a chance to stand up for them. You didn't." I took off my ring. Placed it on the podium. "This wedding is over." And then I stepped down. Walked to the back. Took my parents' hands. And we left. While 180 people sat there, in complete silence. The marriage license. Never signed. Legally, we were never married. Daniel called, texted, showed up at my apartment. I didn't answer. His mother tried to spin the story. Said I was unstable. But there were 180 witnesses. People talk. And the truth spreads fast. Business partners started pulling away from his family. Invitations stopped coming. Reputation cracked. As for me, I moved into a small place closer to my parents. Nothing fancy, but peaceful. I went back to work. Picked up extra shifts. Started rebuilding. Slowly. But the best part? Sunday dinners. Same small table. Same loud laughter. Same love. No one standing. No one in the back. Everyone, exactly where they belong. It's been a year now. And I don't regret what I did. Not for a second. Because love without respect isn't love. And if someone makes you choose between them and your family, they already made the choice for you. So let me ask you something. If you were in my place, would you have stayed? Or would you have done the same? If you've ever felt like you or your family weren't good enough, comment table 1 below. And if this story hit you even a little, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Because no one deserves to stand in the back.